There we go. You should be able to hear me a little bit better now. Hi, everybody. Just a little bit more. Go. Well, welcome back to this go-kart build. This is going to be, it's getting exciting. I've got spindles here. I've got my control arms. This is probably where they're going to end up. I'm not 100% sure on that quite yet, but I would be confident and say somewhere in this general area. Moving a couple things here. And this is one of the free lives that I'm going to do. I'm going to show you guys how to reinforce and do the measurements you need in order to do different bracing for a tubular frame. I'll show you how to cut it, how to measure for it, how to calculate the angles, and so on. So it's going to be very informative, maybe a little boring for some of you, but for those of you that are interested in listening and understanding how to do this for yourself, is a good thing to pay attention to. This will be available on the YouTube channel all the time. Stuff like this is available on as a member almost every weekday. At least as many weekdays as I am out here, which is most of them. So yeah, hang tight. I'm going to show you. I'll show you the tools that I use. I'll show you my methods. Some of them are a little hokey. Some of them are not. And we're going to get started here in just a second. All right, so this thing here, so my go-kart frame here, I've got the cockpit all set up. I've got everything set up the way I would need it to go. However, I'm looking at this frame and you can see how far this thing comes out here and how far this is. I'm going to have a lot of flex, and that flex is going to cause problems for obvious reasons. So I need to do some bracing in order to make this more appropriate. Now I know the engine that I'm putting in, I know the space I'm going to take up, it's going to be within this space. So I can do all the bracing I want out here to make this work. And then I also have to make this front end work, but I'm going to gloss over that for now. The only thing I need to worry about is to keep this thing from flexing too much. I'm going to add bracing. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut my cockpit back off, cut my cowl, we'll call it my cowl. We'll cut this off, I only got a couple tacks on it. And then I have a piece that's got ply cuts and it's been around. I'm going to extend pieces that come off and down at an angle. So instead of doing straight cuts like this, which can be stress risers on those angles, I'm going to come down at an angle. And I got to find out what that angle is in order to prepare the pipe to make it easier to weld. Because prep is 90% of the work as a welder. So let me grab my Dremel here. And I'll cut my 3 little tacks that I got. Just gonna see if they'll pop. Yeah. Not quite. Go. All right, that's out of the way. This is the bracing that I have in order to put the cockpit together. Let's get that out of the way. This out. And now what I have is a piece of pipe right there in front of me. Okay, good. Good. Tape measure. Common tools. Tape measure. Angle finder. Digital readout. Shoot. paint marker that I've already lost. Oh, no, I didn't. Paint marker. And one common thing, you can either use a string line, a straight edge of some sort, or you can use a laser. For this application, I am going to use a straight edge and my laser level. I thought I put it back and I didn't. Oh God. What? Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding. Oh, right in front of my face. A laser. Now, a lot of this for me in this case is kind of by eyeball and aesthetics. When you're doing roll cages or other things like that with tubular fabrication, there are certain limits that you're allowed to do and not allowed to do. So know that first. But this thing has, see it, a laser on it. Okay, that's going to help me. I need my remote. Zoom in a little bit here. All right. Yes, I got my remote, got all that. Now, I have a point from here to which I'm going to take a piece that comes from here and goes down at an angle. I have to find this angle to see if I am going to be able to cut it. Matter of fact, I can look at my saw and see the farthest I can go is about 47 degrees. And then the furthest I can go on my pipe notcher, I think is 60 degrees. I can't remember anymore. Let me see here. I honestly don't remember. Pretty confident I can go almost every angle with my pipe notcher, which is good because that means the straight cuts don't matter so much. All right, so what I'm going to do, now like I said, this is kind of by eyeball. I have a general idea as to where my control arms are going to go. They're going to go roughly 20 inches from this back bar right here, to, so I'm going to make a mark at my 20-inch mark. That's my 20-inch mark right there. I'm going to bring the camera over so it's easier for you guys to see. So I got my 20-inch mark. Ooh, I got my 20-inch mark right here. I'm going to go from the center of this down. Two ways I can check that. All right, number one, I can use a straight edge and just go like that and check that angle. And make a lot of noise in the process. I'm going to zero this thing out. What I normally like to do with these angle finders is I'll set it right at 90 degrees and zero it at 90. So now 90 becomes my reference point, which means I turn it to 0. And that'll give me a better idea as to what degree of cut I need on a saw. So I will set this I'll set my ruler right on top, like that. And I'm measuring from the top of that piece to the top of the pipe right here. That's going to give me an accurate reading of the angle. And all I have to do is put this down until everything matches. So, whoops. It also helps if you have a friend. I do not. I'm a lonely person. Right there. So, and then I'll lock it. That's my angle. 70.1 degrees, or basically 70 degrees from here, from 90 down. Or in other words, a 30 degree of 20 degree upwards. The other thing I need to do is I need to find how long this piece is going to need to be from tip to tail. And I need to measure from this mark that I made to the end of this pipe. I'll show you why. First, I gotta measure it. I'm gonna go from here. I'm gonna go from top to top. I should say from top to tangent. And we're at 28. We'll call it 28 3/4. Write that down somewhere. Okay. That's how long my hypotenuse on my triangle is. So I need two pieces, 28 3/4. Sometimes it helps if I just draw something on here. This has to be a 70 degree cut. From perpendicular. This is going to be 0. That's just going to be a miter. And then from tip to tail is at 28 3/4 inches. I need two pieces. Well, I'm going to cut a little bit longer. So I need two pieces about, we'll cut two pieces 30 inches. Yeah, I'm going to get on my saw and I'll cut two pieces 30 inches long. Hi. Kind of nice having this on remote. Put this on my saw. This thing is a mess. I don't even know why I have it anymore. I've got a long piece of pipe right here. That is going to cause me a whole bunch of issues because I have very limited space. Usually I do these cuts before I start filming because I can never get a good camera angle. Put this in my saw. Probably going to put you up on the table so you can see over me. Yeah. That's going to make a lot more sense. that's actually a really good vantage point for you. So I'm going to measure one piece at a time. I need 2 pieces 30 inches. Now I'm just going to make straight cuts. I have enough room, and I do. Am I not plugged in? I'm not plugged in. Plug me in, damn it. All right. Here we go. If anybody's wondering, this blade is still cutting nice and straight and sharp after all these cuts that are underneath here. Cut one more piece because I'm going to do everything the same size. Inches right there. Okay, ready? Here we go. Beautiful. And I'm going to have to come back here and sweep all this up tomorrow because this is a mess. Okay. I actually like having this little space. This works out pretty good. All right. Now let's get down to business. First thing I'm going to do before I do anything else on those pieces of pipe is I'm going to cut the notch that is supposed to be straight. Right. All right, so now we're going to use the drill press because I have the pipe notcher set up right here. Plug that in for me, please. There. Up there. All right. Let me move you to where you get a better vantage point here. So I'm going to make the notch here. Oh, now what I need to do is, since this is going to be the very tip, I need to make this whole piece. I need to make a mark on the end where this bit is going to line up, so it leaves me at 28 3/4 on this whole thing. So excuse me for one moment. All right. Now I have a mark to where I need to put that notch. right there. And I'm going to use my cutter with some oil. I'm going to put my can of oil at right behind me. We're going to make a couple notches here. A little hot. Huh? Okay, there's one. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. It shouldn't be that hot. I made a mark on this one as well. I just got to find it. There it is. Same thing. That bit is smoking hot now. All right. There we go. That's that. All right. Now comes the fun part. First off, I need to move my water out of the way. Now, I'm going to disconnect this. Now, in this case, I'm going to have to use my hand drill. But I need to find out where 70 degrees is on the... Oh. That's why I can't see it. It's covered in oil. Where is my wire brush at? Oh, there it is. Okay. So I have little hash marks right here. That'll tell me where it goes, and this marks. Oh, does it go all the way? Oh, I think it goes all the way. All right. Looks like it goes as far as I need it to go. Good. I think it goes all the way to 80 degrees, and I need 70. That is muy bueno. I gotta clean that out though. There's some dirt in there. Only thing about this design I don't like, an Allen cube caked. So I need to set. Now you can use a grinder and get pretty close, but since I have the tools here with me, and since these tools are relatively inexpensive to get, believe it or not, this is what I'm going to use. I'm at 90. I need to go to. This goes all the way down to what looks to be at least 40. Oh no, it goes all the way. Okay. So. Let's see, 60, 50, 40, 30. Right. 30. I can guesstimate. You're not right there. Now my number may not be perfect because I don't have a true angle finder. Let's see, where's this thing at? Okay. So that's need to go. All right. So I'm going to take a guesstimate here. I'm going to use my caliper, measure how far away according to these hashes 10 degrees is. That's 50. 222. This is 40. This is 30. I said we need 20. Well, that's as far as I'm willing to go. So we'll go with 30. If that ends up being a little shorter, which it's going to be, and I'll deal with it. Okay? Okay. So now what I do, I'm going to take this pipe, put it in here. Come to think of it, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do that. There might be a reason why it was limited. Yep. So I'm going to get it as close as I can, and I'm just going to cut it there, and it's going to be what it is. But if I wanted to sit here and do it with a grinder, I could. I think I already said that. I'm going to do it. I don't know what angle this is. I'm guessing it's probably about 60 degrees instead of 70 degrees that I need, but I guess we'll make it work. I had to do some, if I have to do some grinder modifications, then I will. That just is what it is at that point. Now I'm going to line this up. Show you what I mean. Now when I'm using these pipe notchers, I need to line this cut up in the orientation that I want it. Now in this case, I want it to be 90 degrees off. So this cut needs to go this way in order for it to cut the way I want it to. Also, you figure out at what point just meet the very tip. Right about there. All right, so since I'm modifying it, get back up here. So since I'm modifying it to what I believe to be, and I might be able to check it actually now that I think about it. I might be able to check my angle. Finder, oh, that's in my bag, isn't it? Oh, it's not in that bag, motherfucker. All right, I can still check that angle, so I can check this angle. Where are we sitting at right now? Pretty close to level. Okay, so I can take my angle finder, zero it out at 0 degrees, and what I will do, move this up until it's level, and this will give me the angle that I'm cutting at. Oh, you can't see me. You can't see what I'm doing. So, this is level, okay? In order to find the angle that I'm cutting at, what I can do is I can take a level, take an angle finder, zero it, and I'll bring the end of the angle finder up until it tells me it's level. As long as my fingers will work. And son of a bitch, that is only 17 degrees. I actually need to bring it up. I actually overestimated myself. So we're going to go to 30. Oops. Oh, did I go too far? I did go too far. I can already see I'm at the 40-degree mark. Again. Now, of course, if you have the tools, really expensive tools for the job, this will work. This is really nice for repetition. Oh, I'm right on the mark there. That is exactly 30 degrees. I'm good. So I'm going to lock it down right there. I'm going to cut it at 30 degrees. So I need to find out on the piece that I'm working with here, at what point is this 30 degrees so I can shorten up that leg. So I'm going to mark this at 30 degrees and lock it down. That's 30 degrees. I'll put this here. Stop. And I'm going to find out how far that's way too far in. I need to bring it back out. So if I put it back down to 20 degrees, we'll be in better shape since I already overestimated. And I'll even cheat it a little bit and give me an extra degree to play with. Okay, so that. Right, like that. 21 degrees. That will cut the edge right off like that. And I have more than enough throw left on this thing to do it. So. There. I have this set at 21 degrees, what ended up being 1 degree less than what I need. But I think I can survive with 1 degree less. I'm going to grab my drill. At this point, I don't know if I can get to it. Yes, I can. We're going to do the same thing we just did the hole saw, only we're going to cut a 20-degree angle. Like I said, if I had a proper angle finder, all that stuff, this would have gone 10 times quicker. But of course, in my typical fashion, I'm missing the proper tools that I need. Although I'm not missing them, I know where they are, I just don't feel like going to get them. Once I set this up, I know now that once I drill this one, I can drill the other one, and it'll be as close to identical as I can make it. right. Here we go. I'm having a hard time controlling the speed. Okay, that's as far as I can go before I start cutting into my pool, which is fine, because I can cut the rest. The grinder, I guess. Which would be why that thing was limited. I'll do the same thing over here. Make sure this thing is straight up and down. Right there. And we'll do the same thing yet again. Oh yeah, and that bit's hot. Woo boy. As far as I can go there. Very good. Bill's not smoking this time. Put the drill away. Put the drill away. There we go. I'll move you guys down yet again. Don't worry, I'll take you down from the ceiling. Over here. Here we go. Ow. All right. Set that up later. Turn that off. Got those parts done. Now you can tell that I wasn't quite able to get cut all the way through. just because my hole saw was not designed to go all the way. No matter, I end up referring to the grinder anyways. So I'm going to take a cut off disc and finish the cut. Once I find a cutoff disc. Dang. Well, it's not a cutoff disc. What is it stuck on now? I don't know where my nut went to this thing. It's gonna be what it is, I guess. This is not a cutoff blade at all. But I don't know where the nut to my... Oh, there it is. I got lucky. I got metal stuck in my hand somewhere and I can't find it. Here's the one. Uno. Got this other one. And I cut this one as well. I should get it close enough. So I'm just going to shape it best way I can with the grinder. Nice thing about the pipe notcher is that it gets me, even if I don't get it all the way, it gets me a general direction to go in order for figure out how exactly to angle this stuff, and I can just do it with the grinder the rest of the way if I have to. I'll just take, ooh. Grinding wheel is a little scary. I'll just take the flap wheel and face it up a little bit. before I go any further with the other one, let's check it. See if this is going to fit. I want to. I got it notched on this side, and I've got it notched at a steep angle on this side. Wow. That came out very nice. Oops. That's that fit up right there. Okay. And then does that fit up? Ooh, that's hot. That fit up extraordinarily well. What time is that? Oh, it's time for me to go to bed. Let me get this other one ground up. What I would like to do is clean these up. What I would like to do is get these at least cleaned up and tacked for the night. And this one should be roughly same. That's where I would like to put it. What does this one do? Yeah. So that's where I want to put it. I want to put it on the first weld right there. Just like that. First weld right there. Just like that. Just like that. That looks awesome. It looks cool too. That looks awesome. Let's see what our measurements are. We got 20 inches right on the freaking nose. 20 inches right on the nose. Oh, I'm good. I think that's how you do that. All right, I'm gonna clean these pieces up real quick, get them tacked for the night, and then that'll be it for today. Marks. I'll clean up all of that. Yep, now I'm green. All right. Now I'm just going to tack them where they're at for the night. And you know what? I've got the stick welder set up already, so it would be kind of nice just to throw some 6010 on it, just to get it tacked. That'll make it a little quicker for me, to be honest. Throw a couple tacks up top here. Right there, like that. And we'll do this. Make sure it looks somewhat even. All right. Now what I am going to do is I am going to clamp this backside down because I have a little bit of a bow in it. I can fix that bow with this bracing just a little bit. Actually puts it under tension. It does make it a little bit more of a rigid frame. More prone to cracking, but a little bit more rigid. Put another clamp on the other side. All right. You can't quite get that. I'll get it. Oh, I'll get it. It's a matter of how I'm going to get it, but I'll get it. See, if I just tack it as is, then it's going to make it a rigid and it's going to be bowed out the way it is right now. Versus, as if I got that side clamped down, yep. Okay. Gotta find a way to clamp that down without hoiting myself. Sit on it. I'll just fucking sit on it. Or kneel on it. Yes. Down, baby. That. Now it's still going to bow a little bit, just hopefully not as much. Oh, just don't lose my balance. Whoa. Whoa. Alright, well that's definitely better than what it was. Let's fix the rest of that with some creative thinking. Alright. That's a couple tacks to hold them for now, but that's basically how you do complicated sharp angle notching with minimal tools. I'm gonna have to retitle that, but yeah, it's complicated sharp angle notching with minimal tools. A lot of people have automated benders and notchers, and the people that do cages all the time and other pipe work have a bunch of tools and make it easier for them. In the garage, I don't have access to that really expensive stuff, but I have access to relatively basic tools, a little bit of knowledge. Thank you everybody for watching. Remember, this is a free version of what you would get if you choose to become a member for $7 a month. I understand this is a very niche topic. That is kind of how it's going to be from here on out. That's kind of why I made the membership. So if you want to be a member and learn how to do this stuff yourself and watch it, $7 a month on YouTube. Otherwise, you'll get the free stuff. And the free stuff is the overview, which most people like anyways. But if you want to learn how to do this stuff on your own, $7 a month. I'll see you later.